Greetings everyone, welcome back to Blade Bias. Today I have a purchase from the secondhand market. This is from PDX Flips from my Discord and on Instagram. They were really interested in buying a Squiddy A, and while I would have loved to trade them my Squiddy A, because it probably would have gotten a lot more use over there, I decided to pick this thing up because I've been waiting for one of these for quite a while. I got a pretty good deal on it. Thank you to PDX for sending this over and selling it to me. I appreciate it. It also seems like you sent over some other stuff, so we'll get into that in just a second. This is a balisong that I initially said that I had no interest or plans to check out, but that's the thing about plans. They change, and so have what I want in a new balisong to my collection, which hopefully this thing will be able to provide, although you guys have already seen it. I'm not going to pretend like it's a secret. Let's just dump this thing out and see what we've got in here. Ooh, we got Albert. The Albertosaurus. Is this a real thing? It must be. I feel like I've heard that name before. I used to play Ark back in the day, but like that isn't important. What the frick? What is this? Oh, it's one of these like weird like gravity knife fidget toys. That's pretty cool. It's a fun little fidget thing. I've seen these everywhere. I just never really knew where they came from. It feels pretty nice. I don't know if this is 3D printed or whatever, but cool. Very cool. Thank you, PDX. I really appreciate it. Let's get on to the meat and potatoes. Let me actually just make sure there isn't anything else in there. Nope. Seems like we're good. Cool. Let's get into this bad boy right here. So, why did you go and do that? Oh boy. Well, that's weird. Why'd you send me? I bought the stuff off of you to help you get what you wanted, not so that you could repay me 20 bucks, because I bought like a package deal. I bought this and the Vulp, which I gave to someone in my Discord who was just starting out to flip. I was perfectly happy to just give you the extra money for the Vulp as well. We also got some stickers. They're so cute. Thank you, PDX. I appreciate it. I wish I could give this back to you because I genuinely was okay just spending the money. But the stickers and the Squiddy AL, all right. Thanks. Thank you. Very, very much appreciate it. So this is the Squiddy AL. I know I've said multiple times. You even gave me a bite. Oh my gosh, you're too kind, dude. I know I said I had no interest or no plans to review this thing or talk about it, but plans change. And I've been recently looking for a public flipper that is just not offensive, but also metal. Because plastic is a fantastic public flipper, but I don't want to flip plastic all the time. I want something that is completely non-threatening. So when I saw PDX selling this thing, the Squiddy AL, it's a little bit beat, but that's probably what I'm going to use it for anyway. For a pretty good price, I decided to jump on it. And I'm just going to see how it flips. I mean, I had a lot of requests to check this thing out from people. I did try it back at Blade Show last year when they revealed it. And my conclusion was, it's like a Squiddy Bee, but metal. Let's see if anything's changed. Maybe I should... Nah, it's fine. Actually... I thought my Squiddy A was still on top of the drawer. I don't feel like digging through my case. Let's see. Squiddy AL. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. So I got this thing for that reason, but I also wanted something that was a little quiet. My Orion is my current public flipper, and while it's been fine, it's a little loud unless you lube it every 5 seconds. I was hoping that this thing would be a little quieter. It's definitely not loud and certainly not as pingy as the Orion is, but it's certainly not as quiet as I was led to believe, but that's okay. Give it some oil just to make sure it's not dry or anything like that, and that's why it's loud. But it flips. It flips a little bit strangely. It's definitely loud. I wouldn't say it's quiet by any means. Like the Superfly would be such a good public flipper. Listen to this. This thing just... And that's like kind of dry. If I lube that, it would be even quieter. But it's very quiet. This is interesting. This is actually making me want to dig out my Squiddies. I'll do the original. Oh, you weren't in your housing. Get back in there, boy. Okay, so it definitely feels different to the OG Squiddy. Or not the Squiddy B. But like it gives you kind of that same idea. Kind of like how the Prisma Pro feels like a Prisma, but it isn't. This feels like a Squiddy, but it isn't. I mean, obviously it's a Squiddy AL. It's also my 5th of 6. I'm sure you can guess what my 6th one is, but Squiddies that I will own in the near future. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I'm vibing with it entirely. Specifically just because Chaplains are a bit Vulp-like. It just kind of gets away from you really quickly, which isn't usually something that I'm into. I should have prepared for this a little more, I guess. Apparently, I've been told, because it seems like the tool was lost for this thing, which is totally fine. I really don't mind that much. But I've heard that the screws in the eyes can be taken out with a T8 bit. I don't know how true that is. It is completely true. Nice. Let's take out these eye weights and see how much it changes. Because while I don't think the balance... I'm going to put that in a place where I'm not going to lose it in my bed. While I think the balance is definitely not like blade biased or anything like that, I do think that the eye weights might be contributing a little bit to what I'm feeling with the Chaplains. But considering that they are very small screws at the end of the day, I'm not keeping my hopes up too much. Oh, that feels far more like a Squiddy B does. Wow, I'm actually really impressed. That changed the balance profile of this thing quite a bit. It's more handle bias now. You can definitely feel it. Oh, I guess maybe that's why people say it's quiet. It's not very bouncy. Wow, that changed the balance profile quite a bit, actually. It's amazing what these tiny little screws can do for a balisong. Because you put just this tiny amount of weight on a pivot or whatever. Oh gosh, what's the word that Will always uses? Bite handle indicator does nothing, by the way. A lever... Pendulum, that's it. Gosh, I'm dumb. You put that tiny bit of weight at the end of a pendulum and it changes the balance profile quite a bit. It still doesn't feel the most stable on Chaplains, I'll be honest, especially the way that I like to do Chaplains, but it's better, kind of. It feels good, I will say that. The texture is subtle, but it is there. Not as aggressive as something like a Squid Trainer is. Probably more like a Kraken. I know the Kraken V3 had... Yeah, it's very similar to a Kraken. It's like this subtle thing, but you can still feel it. Al. Man, I like Al. It's pretty good. I have been recommending it to people for a while now, because I tried it at Blade Show, and I was like, yeah, it flips like a Squiddy. It's pretty good. I don't think it would be my first choice in the price range, to be completely honest with you. I think I would much rather spring for something like an Orion, especially if the trainer is as good as people say. But this is definitely a very good option. Like, I don't think you could go wrong if you're looking for a balisong. These things retail for what, like 80, 85 bucks? I think that's definitely, like, this flips very well for $85. It's just the build that I'm a bit concerned about, because like this... The AL definitely wasn't babied that I bought, so it's definitely like, you can see all the scratches on it and all of that. In fact, the Zen area up here is a bit flattened, so I'm wondering if maybe the right impact could affect your handle gap down the line. But we'll have to see, because I do plan on using this as a public flipper, so it's eventually going to become a beater. Assuming I keep it. I think my plan is to spend a week with this thing. If I like it, cool, I have a new public flipper. If I don't like it, cool, I got to make videos on it and I got more experience with it, which both of those that's a win-win to me. So, yeah, I don't really think I have much else to say. Thank you once again to PDX. You're incredibly generous adding all of this stuff in the box. You already gave me such a sweet deal. You didn't have to sweeten the pot at all, but I appreciate it, especially since nothing I can really do about it. Except PayPal you more money, I guess, which I might actually do. We'll see. But yeah, quieted down quite a bit. Not quite a bit, but it's definitely quieter, I would say. Can we hit a giraffe on L? No. I've been practicing, I swear. I have a thing that I'm working on. Kind of. I got a project I'm working on. Ooh, parabolic's nice, though. Oh, unless you fuck it up. Unless you fuck it up again. Come on, man. There we go. Yeah, this feels really solid for an entry-level squid trainer. I would say this flips better than the Mako to me, like, easily. So, yeah, I would definitely say Squid's lineup is looking a little bit cluttered at the low end right now, especially considering I would pick this if we ignore the build and the possible durability concerns. I think I would pick this over a Triton and a Mako. Oh, first production. Cool. Number 358 of 500. Nice. All right, well, that was the Al unboxing. Thank you all for watching. I'll spend a week with this thing and come back with my final thoughts. Maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't. I have to admit, it's kind of nice to have a balisong that, like, I didn't receive for free, so if I don't like it, I can sell it. It's kind of a nice thing. But we'll see. We'll see how Al goes. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.